Okay, time for another Digimon video, and I hear jingling in the background. Rainy, come here. Come here. Okay, never mind. I thought maybe he'd come in and help. Apparently not. Okay, so this is another one of the alternate Digi-Armor, Digi-Eggs videos that I'm doing in regards to the 6 Digimon from Digimon Adventures 2.0 that can armor Digivolve. So I already did Vmon and then Hawkmon. This video is going to be Armadillomon. So Cody's Digimon. Now, I wanted a prop, so I have Tuk Tuk from Ryan the Last Dragon, who is kind of armadillo-like in the fact that it, rolls up and rolls around and everything. So we'll put Tuk Tuk in the background. There we go. That's like my stress reliever when I'm like working and I'm just like, I must have something to like just pet, and Rainy doesn't want to be near me at the time. So, Digimon. So, Armadillomon. Obviously, we know what Armadillomon looks like normally. He's based off of an armadillo, hard shell, and everything. And when it comes to the different Digi-Eggs that go with him in regards to, his alternate versions. So, the Digi-Egg of Courage version that he has, as I said, it does have a fire theme. This one is Boarmon, as in like boar, as in like a wild boar, as in like a giant pig. So it's a flaming pig with sharp tusks. How they go from armadillo to pig, I don't know. But, with Digimon, it's like cat, angel. Okay. That doesn't make sense, but whatever. Digimon doesn't have a logical progression all the time when it comes to like this turns into that, turns into that, turns into that. But A and D don't look at all alike. I know. So we have Boarmon. I don't really know of any Boarmon that pop up in the series, or at least not in the ones that I've seen. It may pop up in a different one that I'm not familiar with, but we have Boarmon. And then for the Digi-Egg of Friendship, Armadillomon has 2 possibles for what it can turn into. There's a couple of these ones. I think there's like one other one that has like an alternate of what like the Digi-Egg will turn them into, but one of the ones that it can turn into is Kenkimon with the Digi-Egg of Friendship, and it's like a tank. I mean, it's still yellow and it's still kind of groundish base, but it's like a not a tank, but a backhoe or a construction thing, like a bobcat. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess that's kind of interesting, but I don't know exactly how that works, but it's there. I guess Armadillomon's going to be really useful for construction. It would have been really useful in Digimon Adventures 2.0 when they were trying to rebuild the different places around the digital world that had been destroyed by the Digimon Emperor. And the other alternate that we have for Armadillomon using the Digi-Egg of Friendship is Sepikmon. 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 He's kind of a shaman type looking Digimon. I know that he pops up in Digimon Frontier at some point. And he kind of helps the kids there. And like he has a boomerang that he can throw around, and you can use it to like observe what's going on and everything. I would assume that might still apply to this ability here, but again, I don't know exactly how that fits in with the Digi-Armors, so I don't know there. And then we have the Digi-Egg of Love, which is a very odd one in regards to this, because if I have this correct, it turns Armadillomon into a weaponized pterodactyl, Terramon. King, eat your heart out from One Piece. This one has, missiles and more armor. But, so we have this is what it looks like. I don't really, that's what it looked, I tried to use my notes correctly, and that's what I got. I'm like, that doesn't seem like it fits correctly, but okay, we'll go with that. Whatever. Hey, whatever. They don't always have to make logical sense. In regards to the Digi-Egg of Sincerity, Armadillomon turns into Frogmon. It's a frog that has a leaf visor, and I think this is like a Bowie knife on its belt, and like it's got like shuriken stars on its hands. I don't know. It is kind of cute, but I really don't know exactly how that would have been all that useful for Cody to have in the series. I don't know. It depends on, I guess, what your affinity is for the different Digi-Eggs, but that's what you get if you put Armadillomon with the Digi-Egg of Sincerity. Moving on to ones that we actually know that go with Armadillomon throughout the course of the actual anime, we of course have the Crest of Knowledge, or the Digi-Egg of Knowledge, which of course turns Armadillomon into Digimon. This is the one that we see Cody using, of course, for the majority of the series. It's the first one that he gets, and he uses it a fair amount of the time. It's very good for like helping with construction, obviously. Very good for like dealing with going in and out of underground areas as well. And I just like Digmon's design. He's yellow, and you know he's kind of Hufflepuffish. So you know I'm a Hufflepuff. What can I say? And of course, the other one that of course Cody has very much throughout the course of the series is the Digi-Egg of Reliability, which of course turns him into Submarimon. Again, I really like Submarimon throughout the course of the series. I mean, like I'm the person that I love swimming and being, you know, underwater and in water, and you know having Submarimon would be like great for me. I don't know if Reliability would be a crest I would be compatible with, but I mean, like I don't know, Cody's a Hufflepuff in all honesty, with as loyal and as you know, honest and everything as he is. So I would definitely put, you know, probably Reliability would be very compatible with a fair amount of Hufflepuffs. Not every Hufflepuff, but a fair amount of them. And, you know, going into Harry Potter logic there for how to explain that, hey, Gryffindor would be full of the Digi-Eggs of Courage, for all I know, and then Knowledge would be all over Ravenclaw. I don't really know exactly where that would put for what would end up with Slytherin, but I don't know exactly if you want to go that route for a Harry Potter and Digimon setup. I am sure there is at least one Harry Potter Digimon crossover fanfic out there where like the Digidestins go to Hogwarts or something. I'm sure there's at least something like that out there. Or maybe someone will write it. I don't know. But that would be interesting. It's like, we're going to search you into your houses based on your crests. This does not sound like a good idea. But okay, back to Digimon, actually, not Harry Potter. Sorry. Saw Secrets of Dumbledore a little while ago, and I was just like, well, okay. But you know, so we have Submarimon and everything. And of course, there's like this whole ordeal that like Cody goes through to like, I guess, prove that he is someone that should have the Digi-Egg of Reliability, and he of course succeeds. And then we have an adorable one that we get when we put wait for the noisy person on the bike to go by. So there's an adorable one that happens when it comes to putting Armadillomon with the Digi-Egg of Hope. And this results in Sheepmon. I'm sorry, Sheepmon is adorable. It's a pink sheep with like a little, like, I don't know, jet booster pack on its back. It's adorable. It's just cute. I love it. I like sheep. They're so cute and fluffy. And it's just like, screw you, I'm gonna headbutt you. Bam! 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 Okay, you got beat by a sheep with a rocket pack. I just find that funny. That's just adorable. That would be what I would go for in the games. And then, of course, in regards to the next one on the list would be the Digi-Egg of Light. This one goes a little bit different. This one goes into Seahomon, so kind of like a seahorse, obviously, is what it looks like. It has like a trumpet on its nose and everything. It still kind of has the wings that kind of get associated a bit with the Digi-Egg of Light. Not always, of course, but kind of associated with it. It's kind of an interesting design. I do like it. It would have been interesting. Again, this would have been very interesting to see the different, you know, armored Digimon appear more in the series with like the alternates of what they can turn into. So would have been interesting to see this. Don't really know exactly how it would have fought in the series or how exactly it would have worked. But again, I didn't do that huge amount of research in regards to like what these Digimon can actually do, like in the course of either the games or in the card game for Digimon, or even what they've done in the in the other series as well. But I don't know. I've never seen this one in the series as far as I'm aware. And then we have the Digi Egg of Kindness. When used with Armadillomon, will turn Armadillomon into Chameleonmon, or Chameleon, kind of. Chameleonmon, we do see these in Digimon Frontier. At one point in time, they're like henchmen for like, I believe it's Woodmon, or not Woodmon, oh, what's the, is it the Wood one? Yeah, it is the Wood one. Yeah, Woodmon. Arbor-mon, that was his name. They're like henchmen for him at some point. And so, you know, at whatever point in time I do go over Digimon Frontier, I'll probably end up mentioning them somewhere along the lines as like henchmen. So they're a giant chameleon, and they do have the powers of a chameleon and the fact that they can, you know, camouflage themselves, if I remember correctly. I like the design. I like chameleons. They're kind of fun creatures. Not too much else that I know about this one, but I do like the fact that it goes from armadillo, chameleon. I just like all these like jumps in logic that happen when it comes to like some of the different Digimon evolution trees. They're just funny. And then for the Digi Egg of Miracles, in regards to being used by Armadillomon, we get another kind of a large jump in logic. We get Elephantmon. That is an elephant with armor, and its ears are like jet engines. That is exactly what it is. I'm like, okay. Dumbo got an upgrade. No, I don't know what to say with that. Dumbo got an upgrade. That's all I have to say there. Again, these would have been kind of interesting to see, like, in the context of if you are a Digi-Destined in the digital world and you, like, have one of these 6 Digimon and you get an armor egg and you use it on your Digimon, barring it turning into something that you're terrified of, like, I don't know, it's like if, I don't remember if any of them turn, I think one of the alternates for, like, the Digi-Egg of Reliability is, like, a shark, looks like a shark, and, like, I don't remember which one has it, but one of them is, like, a shark, and, like, if you're terrified of sharks, and your Digimon turns into a shark, I can understand you having an issue with that. Or if you have a fear of bugs and you get the knowledge and it turns into a bug of some kind, I can understand you having a problem with that depending on what it looks like. But I'm like, the majority of the time, if you're a Digi-Destined in the digital world, you know, kid from our world gets dropped into the digital world, you get a Digimon. First of all, that's just already awesome. Second of all, it's like, okay, here's a Digi-Armor. Say Digi-Armor Energize, and that thing will turn into something different. Okay, Digi-Armor Energized. Giant elephant with jet engine ears. Okay, I want to go for a ride now. I mean, it's like, most of the time, it's just like, okay, this is awesome. I don't care what it turns into. This is still cool. It would still be that moment where it's just like, okay, I don't know exactly what happened, but I'm okay with it. So, that's what we have. There's no Digi Egg of Destiny for this one. Most of them, as I said, don't have a Digi Egg of Destiny. Armadillomon, which one was your favorite out of them? Not including Digimon and Samaramon, because those are things. Although I will add in here, and the fact that I just mentioned about like being terrified of the Digimon. Cody in Digimon actually has a fear of water, which we know about this because that's part of the episode that goes into when he gets the Digi Egg of Reliability. But as I said, Cody has a fear of water, a fear of the ocean. We know this kind of comes from the fact that, of course, when he was a kid, their plane that they were on coming back from London happened during the whole incident with Malomyote, with Myotismon, with Venomyotismon, and the digital world opening up in the sky, and Cody's mom and his grandpa, they have to land in the middle of the harbor, and then they're like floating on the, floating in the middle of the harbor on the life rafts. And so he has a genuine fear of the ocean. And that comes to a head of that episode. And then, of course, at the end of the episode, and I know I went over this a little bit more in Cody's video itself when I did that discussion, but he does have, he kind of starts to get over his fear of water because at the end of the episode, when he gets Samaramon, after he goes through this whole thing of trying to realize that yes, you are the one that should have the reliability egg, he gets into Submarimon and they go for go for a swim, a ride under the ocean, and Cody gets to see that yes, there is beauty here. As opposed to just being scared of it. So I like what they did with that in the series. That's probably something about like helping kids overcome their fears as well. So that might also be like associated with some of the Digimon stuff. So that's what I have for Armadillomon for his alternate form. So I thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I hope that you have a nice rest of your day. Bye!